So guys, let's look at how to design one-to-one relationship. So one-to-one relationship, let's assume that we have a user who is taking part in a registration, in a voting registration. Now a user who is taking part in the voting registration will have an ID, and that ID will be only one. It will never be two, it will never be three. So because that each user will have an ID, each ID, we call it as one-to-one relationship. And this is the arrow that we'll be using to do the reference. So let's create a new table and let's name it as a user, and let's get the primary key as the user ID. And let's make it auto increment, and of course let's get the username. So these are the users table. Then let's create another table and name it as voters register. And let's generate the primary ID. So voters underscore register underscore ID, which is the primary key. And then we need the user's particulars. And don't forget that I said each user will have a unique voting ID. That person's ID can never be two, it can never be three. It is always one for each user. And so we are saying that can be referenced over here with this symbol. So we want the MySQL workbench to generate the reference ID for us. So let's click on this. The one with 1:1 is referencing it as one-to-one relationship. So click on the, just as we did from our previous video, you click on where you want the foreign key to be placed as the first one. Then we now move from where the primary ID is coming from, and it is where the foreign key ID is coming from, and it's coming from the users table. So we click on that, and you can see that the user underscore user ID is being referenced on the voters register. So it is so simple and so easy for us to reference a table as one-to-one relationship. And so when you see an arrow like this, it is telling you that this reference is called one-to-one relationship. So guys, that's it. If you're having any challenge, you can just put it in the comment section. Thank you.